Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's been a long time coming.
I know we've tried to arrange this a few times, haven't we? But life gets in the way and
Oh
COVID.
yeah. Yeah, when you messaged me and said you guys would be able to do it on the 18th, it was like 2 weeks ago. I was like, man, I mean, I'll put it in my calendar, but I don't know if they're going to remember. Because a lot of
We
people,
remember.
well, I get a lot of messages back, when I text somebody and ask them to be on the podcast, they're like, yeah, maybe like next week or whatever. And so we're kind of back and forth sometimes to figure it out.
Yeah, I can imagine. You've done quite a few, haven't you, recently?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot. Like after the first one I did with Chloe, Englefield Echo, excuse me, she tagged a bunch of friends, and then when I did one with Vixen, it was just like I started getting all these messages. It's been pretty crazy. So I did the one this
Yeah.
morning, or I released the one this morning with Tanner.
All right.
uh, Yankee Tan. I think he plays at
Oh
the
yeah.
same
Yeah.
fields you guys do.
Yeah, I
So
think I recognize the name. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, Lucifer, right? Is your
Yeah.
handle? Yeah, your call sign.
Yeah.
And Poison,
Yeah.
Poison Winter, yeah.
Poison Winter. Okay.
Winter, sorry.
It's a poison winter right now, that's for sure. It's freezing.
Yeah, I saw a couple posts from some of the girls that are out in your guys' area that it's like super windy and kind of
Oh,
crappy weather right now.
yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, there's a storm happening at the minute. We're up in the northeast of the UK, but I think it's like a lot worse down south, like where London that is. They're
Okay.
like getting like amber warnings or something.
Yeah.
The storm's like really bad. So
They're like saying don't leave your house and stuff down there, but it's not that bad up here. But we'll get hit at some point as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
We're turning into America now with all these storms.
I know. Where I'm at in South Carolina, I'm actually 3.5, 4 hours away from Myrtle Beach. The ocean. So it's we're in a great spot because we don't get hardly any like storm stuff when they have like a hurricane or whatever over there. The weather is like, oh, the world's gonna fall apart. South Carolina is gonna get flooded, and we get like barely any rain. I'm like, what? Uh, they're
Yeah, they
crazy.
love to amp it down there, make it sound super dangerous and stuff, and
Right.
it's like nothing.
It was weird. Last night we were supposed to get a storm, and I went outside, and it was probably about 7 o'clock at night, and I about got blown over. Like the wind was so crazy, but we never got any rain. Like it was just, it was, and then today it was really nice. It was almost 70 and sunny where I'm at, so it's been great.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
you guys tend to get the better weather than us anyway.
nice. Yeah, we get the shit end of the
Yeah.
stick over here, that's for sure.
Well, look, I
Yeah.
grew up in that kind of weather with rain, and well, we got a lot of snow where I grew up, and it was really cold and stuff. Definitely in the winter, but we used to get snow when I was growing up. We used to get snow in like April and May. Like,
Yeah,
dude, where's summer?
yeah. We've had that here
Yeah, we
before, though.
have. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's like over with, and then we just get a week of snow, and then it
Yeah.
just disappears.
So annoying. I
Yeah,
can't wait for summer. It's like airsoft in the winter is not great.
no,
Yeah, the
it's
weather's so
not.
strange as well. It's such a British thing to talk about the
I
weather as
know.
well.
It's a British thing. That's the first thing we talk to you about is the weather
Weather.
shit right now.
Hey, that's really common though. I mean, even here, it's something that people talk about all the time when we get together. When I go to work, my buddy, I never look at the weather on my phone too much, and he's like, "Oh, it's supposed to rain, this day and time." I'm like, "Okay, like what? Why are you telling me?" Like I don't. So, but it's common here too. People talk about the weather typically when there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
That's not a very good start when you're like 5 minutes.
5 minutes in. We've got no crack apart from the weather.
Oh shit, I know.
But yeah.
Well, I'm really glad to have you guys on here. It was cool when I texted you, Lucifer, about the originally about the podcast, and you said, "Oh, my
Yeah.
friend, is it Kirsty? Kirsty?
Yeah.
Okay. you were like, oh, I think she'd like to be on too. And I guess you guys live close together, close by each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So we're like
cool.
5 minute drive away as well. So
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she's used to me just dragging her into anything. I'm like, I can't do this alone, Kirsty. You must come with me.
Well, I had talked to a couple people a couple weeks ago about the podcast, and there was one girl in the UK and one in Canada, and they didn't want to do the video part. They just wanted to do the audio call, and I said I can do it, I can record it, but it's not going to be the same because I've never met you. Like, it's going to be awkward. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard
Yeah.
to talk to somebody. I'm going to feel like a telemarketer. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, like some radio station. I'm not like that. So it's a lot easier, I feel like, with the conversation to see somebody there.
yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people just feel really uncomfortable
Sure.
being on camera because I think it was like last year I was doing live videos on Women Play Airsoft too, and we had people on then, and there was a few people that just would have loved to come on but not on their own, so I think that made it easier for some people, but especially when you're on camera, just a lot of people just don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always like I always find it's like the first sort of 5-10 minutes. You feel a bit awkward because you don't know what to say and you feel like super
Yeah.
shy. But once you start talking, it's just like how you just talk normally, isn't it? You forget that you're on camera and your face looks like a moon and annoying and stuff. You just get over it, don't you? So
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a common thing. Like I've told some other people too, when we first started doing our channel, our YouTube channel, it was I was always on the other end, on the camera end, all through like growing up and when I was in the military, and then as we started having kids, I was the one always taking pictures, so I was never really in the pictures very much. We started this channel, and I'm in the video and I'm talking, and then I go and edit the video, and I hear how dumb I sound. I didn't like my voice. I didn't like how I talk. I was like, oh, can I cut myself out of this? Like, so I eventually got used to it. I was like, well, okay, whatever. But
yeah.
it is difficult to get used to in the beginning if you're not, kind of regularly doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I hate my voice on anything as well. When you hear like a playback of your voice and you're like, literally sound like a child. What is this voice? I even got brought up in a meeting one time at work when we had, because sometimes I have to answer the phone and stuff. And my manager was like, oh, there's one girl here, she's really good, like on the phone with patients and things. But the only thing is she sounds like a 13-year-old girl. And I was like, oh my God, she's talking about me, isn't she? Like, so everyone was like staring and it was like, oh my God, that's me. I sound like an actual child, even though I'm like 39.
Oh, you guys look great. You sound great. You don't sound like a 13-year-old. I mean, not on these. I don't know. It sounds normal. So
Wait till you play it back and you're like, Christ, she sounds like a child.
look, I have all these editing tools. I can just change your voice, sound like a robot or something, or make it deeper or higher.
Yeah.
Make it even higher.
Yeah, right. I recorded a video one time. I was just starting to kind of mess around with editing stuff and recording things. And this before we started a YouTube channel. I recorded me and my daughter, my youngest. Well, she's 21 now, but at the time she was like, I don't know, 14 or 15. And so I recorded her and I talking. And then when I played it back, I was just messing around with editing tools, and I made her voice sound like really high and really fast, like I sped it up. And she said, and I played it back for her. I didn't like post it anywhere. I just, was messing around, and she goes, do not do that. I already sound like, a 5-year-old. Like, don't do that to my voice. It sounds weird. But so you guys, did you guys know each other before Airsoft? Have you guys known each other for a while?
So, really? Yeah.
I think we've known each other just over a year. Met at Airsoft.
Yeah.
Kirsty came over and said hi because I'd only been like a few times with like my friends that have been doing it for a while beforehand. And Kirsty was just lovely and came over and said hi, and we've been friends since. So
That's cool.
yeah. We hung out like obviously every time like at Airsoft and stuff. We would like, there's a big car park and where everyone just parks and sort of goes between cars, chatting to everyone and stuff like that. So we would always like talk on like Airsoft game days. And then we just started like talking, like just generally outside of airsoft, and then hanging out at each other's houses and stuff. And yeah, we've just become like good friends.
I can't get rid of you.
Yeah, no, can't get rid of us now.
Yeah, I think Instagram definitely helps in that area as well, because
Yeah,
as soon as like you start playing, you start posting photos, and then we followed each other, and then within like a couple of weeks, I realised you're like 5 minutes away from me,
yeah,
and then we were like, "Do you want to come and get a lift with us?" And you can go down sites with us and stuff. So
yeah, which was super nice because like at the time, like I don't drive and stuff, so sites that are a bit further away, like Halo Mill in like Yorkshire and stuff. My friends that I was playing with at the time didn't want to drive that far, like sort of down south. And Kirsty and Nathan were going one sort of weekend, and they were like, "Do you want to come with us? We can give you a lift and stuff." So, because of them, it meant that I could go to Halo Mill. So that was great that I got to go to that site and not just exclusively only go to like Dirty Dog. I now could go to Halo Mill and stuff, which was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about that Halo Mill.
Yeah, it's amazing.
yeah, it's a really, really good site. So from us, it's about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
But it's definitely worth the trip down for us. So we go like once a month, because it's when they've got the games on, once a month. It usually has a pretty decent turnout, and it's a massive site. So it's not a mill sim, but it's like an all day game, but you can come in and out whenever you want. So it's really
nice.
You can then just decide, oh, actually, I want to play the entire day, or I want to actually go out and have a little bit of a break and then just run straight back out. Whereas a lot of the sites that we go to, they're great, but they have set games, and sometimes you could be taken back out like earlier than you wanted. Like, I want to continue playing, I don't want to go back and stand in the car park for what, like 5-10 minutes. I want to just play all day. But that site's really good for that.
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
The sort of the difference of like Dirty Dog to Halo Mill and stuff. But like we're hoping like sort of this year maybe like sort of go a bit further afield, try like some other sites and things like that. Because I think at the start when you're new to airsoft, you kind of want to stick with your sort of known site because you know the layout and things, and you know how the game plays out, you know the people and stuff. I remember going to Halo Mill for the first time. Now I was like, oh God, I hope I'm good enough to play at this site because you know it's like so cool, and like there's all these people with all their like sort of proper pro kit and things like that, and it is a bit intimidating. But it was really not like that at all. Everyone was lovely and really helpful and welcoming and things. But yeah, so now I'm not like bothered at all. So I'll go to whatever site and we'll try them all this year.
That's good. Yeah, most of the airsoft people, like the airsoft community, no matter where you go, is really welcoming. Most people don't really kind of act snooty about their gear and stuff like that. They'll show it off. That's what it's an airsoft fashion show.
Yeah, I mean it is, isn't it?
Yeah, all my stuff behind me as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see all those uniforms.
Literally like more uniforms than normal clothes now.
Yeah.
So it's a new night out, really, isn't it, now for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was going to say it's like a social thing, because especially when you have those games where you can go and you don't have to stay in the game, or they'll have breaks throughout the day. You can go back to like where your cars are, where you're parked, or where the respawn is, or wherever, hang out for a little bit and show off guns and talk about the one that didn't work on the field and have to swap. It kind of makes it nice.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I like the most about airsoft, just the community. Like I do obviously enjoy going out and shooting each other. I mean, that's what we all are there to do. Right. But it's really nice to like have those in between breaks where you can catch up with friends that you don't really see very often, or meet new people, or in some instances where you have people come over and go, oh, actually, I really liked you, go and kind of have a go at it. And people go on the range and have a go of it and stuff like that, and I go, I'm going to buy that next. It's just a really nice community. I find that community in person is much better than it is online in some instances. I think sometimes it can not be as great online, but definitely in person you generally don't really see that sort of side of it, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like been so welcoming. I've found like when I've only really been playing I've been playing like a year, just over a year. But obviously I can't play all the time because I have a little boy, so I need him like babysat like on the Sunday, so I maybe play like a couple of times a month if I can. But everyone's been so welcoming with me, like so helpful, and like sort of giving advice on gear or clothes and stuff like that. So it is a dead nice community. I think we're really keen to do that as well, and we like help people. We're always sort of, if we get messages on Instagram and stuff, we're always like, saying, I always get one sort of like, where's the best place to get like women's clothes from and stuff for airsoft and things. And I'm always trying to like be super helpful and help people out.
That's probably one of the difficult things to get your hands on is gear that actually fits women.
Yeah.
So when people see you and stuff, like, oh, where did you get that from? And like, it's men's version.
Yeah. Oh my God, my first trousers that I had were like, just like multicam like trousers. I can't even remember where I bought them from. They were like full on tents. Like the first game that I played, I had like these pants on, like my leg was like maybe like this big and the pants were like this wide.
Oh my God.
I looked like Gwen Stefani from like the early 90s or something. It was so bad.
Oh, that's funny.
But back then, like I didn't really like have anyone to like kind of guide me at that point. So now when someone messages, I'm like, buy these pants, they fit me great or what have you, because I would hate for someone to get like pay money and buy those like horrendous pants.
Yeah, I think everyone starts out that way though. Like everyone's got that.
Like my
first game. For their first few games, you're like, why did I wear that?
It's funny looking back on like seeing how far you came with like outfits and kit and stuff.
But I think that's the thing when you start out as well. You don't want to spend all the money on stuff.
Yeah,
especially if you don't. I think I'm quite fortunate that my partner plays and he's played for like a long time, so he could lend me stuff. So he lent me like he's gun and everything like that when I first played. Whereas there's a lot of people go into it and don't have anything, so they have to hire, and then they've got to think, oh, what am I going to wear? And you don't really want to spend all that money on outfits and things like that in case you don't enjoy it. So it's literally, what can I wear that's comfortable?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I understand. It's I think that's a common theme I've heard over the last handful of women I've talked to, that play airsoft. They've talked about the clothing. Like, there's nothing that's really made for the women to go play airsoft. Like they have to buy the men's clothes, all the cami stuff, whatever, and I think Chloe was talking about that too. She said, I don't even wear like a camouflage top because I can't find one, that works with me. Yeah, because if it's so baggy, you can barely like move around, and it gets in the way. That's got to be annoying.
Yeah, like the U-backs and stuff. Like even like a small men's like U-back and stuff, like the ones I've got, like you could fit 2 of my arms and sleeves and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you have the money to buy Cry, who do like a women's range, then that's kind of all there really is. It's really surprising that there's not more like companies like brands doing like women's line, because it'd make a fortune.
Yeah, there's a huge gap in the market for it, definitely.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the sort of stuff that we wear. So you wear Viper, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, Sarah wears Viper, and I kind of wear Emerson gear mainly, because they're really good because you can like bring them in at the waist, and then you can bring them in the back of the knees as well, and at the base of your feet.
Oh wow!
That means that even if you do have to go, because sometimes people find that they'll fit them one place but not the other, so I tend to kind of go several sizes up, and then just bring the waist in so that they're baggy enough so that we can run around and they're not going to split. Because like when I first started, I got pants that should have just fit me, but they were like too tight in certain places, and the last thing you want to do is be on the field running through containers and then your pants just split.
I would just be on the floor in stitches. I would just be like killing myself.
Yeah, it was like those pants that I gave you though, wasn't it?
Oh my God, yeah, they're like so tight on me. I was having to do like in front of like Erin the other weekend. I was having to do like a test in them. I was like, I really want to wear them next time we play. But I was like having to like sort of like bend down and like stretch and in positions just to see if they would just tear up my butt. They were fine, but it could happen. Watch this space. I bet like I wear them and like I'm like, damn it, the toe.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, that's especially if you don't bring extras on the field. But when you're out there in the middle, like, what are you gonna do? Put your try to hang your gear down low so that you can walk back and get, different pants. But they make these those stretchy. They're like all the way like throughout the crotch. They're starting to make these cami pants that have a sewn in like kind of like spandex in the middle, so that they stretch when you kneel down and spread your yeah.
Where the knee bit is, it's like stretchy material.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we've got on ours? We've got like our pants have got like they've got obviously like knee pads on them, and where the knee pads is, it's like different material, like a bit more stretchy. I wonder if that's a similar thing. Does help.
Similar thing. Yeah, they started putting those in the all the way in the inseam, all the way up your all the way up to the back of your to the back belt area, I guess, on the back. Yeah. So that so they don't split out, because we have that issue as well. So that's a common issue. Well, I deal with that every day at work. I do construction, and there's work pants. They're really tough and thick, but if they don't have that stretchy in there, it's super hard to move. Like going up and down a ladder or getting up and down, it always gets stuck on your legs because you're sweating.
Yeah, so they do. So with these ones are the Emerson gear ones, so we've got them at the knees.
Like stretchy bits.
There you go.
Bits. And they've got like a little bit at the back as well.
Okay.
That bit like there and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So they have similar like that, but instead of the stretchy across the back of the belt line, it'll go all the way under, in between your legs, and kind of stop where the front zipper or buttons are. And it really helps.
Yeah, so these ones have got a little bit of that on as well. It's not all the way through, but
okay,
you've got like a little bit in between as well, which is really useful. I think
that's where you need it. Yeah,
I think these have been, for me personally, they're a little bit more expensive. So like if you're starting out, unless you really want to do it, you're better off buying something a little bit cheaper. But if you definitely want to go into doing airsoft, they're really good because they're just so customizable. And I think the Viper ones are pretty similar as well. Just can customize it as much as you can, because obviously the market not having stuff for women, you just have to make do with what you can get your hands on, really.
Yeah.
Right. So when are you guys starting your own clothing company for airsoft?
That would be good. We could do that. Let's get on Dragon's Den and like say that. There's a program here where if you've got like any ideas and stuff, you can go on it and see if like these people like take your idea up and like sort of give you the money, the grant to like do that idea. So we could go to Dragon's Den and do that.
Well, there's all those, there's that program or website, whatever. It's like a Kickstarter, you could, start something like that and raise money to start sewing all that kind of stuff together. I would be terrible at it because I learned how to sew. My mom had a sewing machine when we were growing up, but and she taught me, that kind of stuff. She actually had the one of the original like singers. That you with a foot pedal.
Yeah. So
I learned on that, and then of course in the military they teach us how to sew, just hand sew our uniform together if it breaks, but rips. But other than that, I don't know. I'd sew probably an arm onto the side of the leg, hip, or something like that. It wouldn't turn out good.
No, I'm rubbish with anything like that. I'm not good at sewing.
I've recently learned how to sew, but like a couple of years ago, I tried to make like this cosplay like outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't turn out well at all. No. I thought I did all the measurements right and everything, and I tried it on. And I was like, I'm going to just wear something else.
Yeah, I would rather pay like hundreds of pounds for someone to make something than like me make a hash job of something.
Right. Well, now I do make my own Halloween outfits every year. Yeah, so I'll take like a black shirt like this. I'll put that on like an undershirt, and then I'll take like a red or orange or some kind of I guess orange shirt was what I did last year, and I just take a knife and I cut the orange shirt into shreds, and then put that over this black shirt, and then I just paint my face with like a bunch of blood to make it look like a zombie, and I'm good to go.
Yeah. Best easiest DIY costumes on there.
I'm saying, well, I'm better at destroying things than making stuff.
Yeah. What you
guys been? What's that?
What you having a little tipple of? A little drink of?
So this is This is beer
Nice.
and vodka mixed.
Oh, is it? Is that nice?
So I don't really care about the taste. Most people would probably say it tastes like shit, but I don't care. So it makes me drink less beer is what it does. Okay. So
Problem as well.
Just get the
yeah, it's a great starter. So what are you guys drinking? I see you have some really nice glasses there.
Yeah, we've both got gin.
Because
Oh,
Kirsty,
gin.
amazing host, and I literally walked through the door and was provided with this gin drink.
Awesome. Well, cheers, girls.
Yeah, cheers.
Awesome. And you got strawberries in there?
I do, yeah. Where's your straw?
I didn't have time for strawberries. I'd realised, no, that's right. I'd realised like 5 minutes before we started, I didn't have a gin. I was like, oh, quickly go make a gin.
Yeah, you got to have a drink. Well, when I messaged you back and said, yeah, I'll video call you in like a minute. Well, that minute I was running back out to get in a couple more beers in case I run out. So it's part of the prep for what I do. So
yeah, your ritual.
Right.
Friday night though, isn't it? So we need to have a drink.
Yeah, it's Friday. So it's 3:45 in the afternoon here.
Oh, nice.
So it's not even dark yet. But we are going out tonight. So my wife and I are going to go out to this local bar where they have pool tables and darts. And it's like 2 minutes up the road. So it's great, you know? Yeah, it's close. And she said, I was going to go out last night. And she said that one of her friends from work, she works in a doctor's office. One of her friends is having a birthday party or something tonight. And, or is her birthday, and she wants to go out for it. And she doesn't really have any friends to go out with. So we're going to go and try to bring her along with us.
Oh,
And, yeah, so it'll be fun.
Oh, that'll be good.
So this is my warm up.
Yeah, the sort of people we have like in bars near us, though. You just wouldn't know they're
You would really go to the bars that are like near us right now.
Yeah, I know.
You would definitely have to travel about 30 minutes to town to find like a nice establishment.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
My boyfriends that drive, so.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because well, you know, if we go somewhere and we get stuck, like, hey, we shouldn't drive home. We'll take like an Uber or something like that, you know, a taxi. But the first call we make is to one of our kids. You know, we have 5 kids. They're all grown. One of them lives out of state. She lives like all the way on the other side of the United States. But all the other 4 live right, you know, within 15, 20 minutes of us. So if it's 2 a.m. and we can't drive, hey, Colton, come here and pick us up. He's like, oh, Dad, really? So
is it payback for when they did it to you?
Of course. Hey, that's why you have kids, okay? They gotta take care of you when you get older.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not that old yet. I don't care. Get over here and pick me up.
Yeah, I would 100% do that.
Yeah, you're like, you're old enough to drive. Come pick us up.
I'm saying now, like, I helped you get your first car. Get over here. You know? Now, how old is your son?
He's you turned 8 in December.
Okay.
He's so canny. He's a proper lovely little kid. So I know like parents says that, but he's no bother at all. So hopefully when he's a bit older, he might want to try airsoft. But you know, I kind of push him like just to be like, look, it's so fun. You know, when you're older, you can do this. Like, but at least he knows about it because before, like Dave told me about it, I didn't have a clue what it was. I'd never heard of it. But yeah, so hopefully he might want to try it when he's a bit older.
So did both of you guys, or did each of you guys get into airsoft from your boyfriends?
I did get into it from my boyfriend, but he played like maybe 5 years before I started. I actually had no interest in it whatsoever. Like, you try and get me to come play with him, and I just didn't want to be hurt. Thought it was going to be hurt. Just didn't want to bother with it at all. And then it was like his birthday, like in the end of 2018, and he had no plans whatsoever. And I thought, actually, I'll surprise him and I'll go airsofting with them. So I bought myself a couple of things in that I thought you wouldn't have, like that would fit me a little bit better. And then I eventually told him, and then he had me play a full weekend. So both the Saturday and the Sunday. And I as you can see, I got absolutely hooked in, and
Yeah.
I've got no money left at all because I spent it all on stuff. But yeah,
Right.
I think it was a good shock to the system to stop playing right in the middle of winter, because where we played, there's no heating or anything like that. You were like outside and all weathers and stuff. But it was great, and he's really happy because I think as soon as he found out that I was really interested in doing it, he bought me my Titman for Christmas.
Nice.
Like, you really want to play? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, right, I'm going to buy you this then.
That's awesome.
Good present, that. But yeah, I only like I remember Dave, like my friend, like he's my best friend. And I remember one week he was like, you should come to Airsoft, like, you know, it's good fun, you know, just try it. Like, I think he just said it thinking, nah, she won't.
Right.
And he added me into the group chat, which was him and his the guys he used to run with at the time and stuff, like a little Instagram group that they had going. So he added me into the chat and stuff, and everyone was talking about it. And I thought, you know what, I'll come along one weekend and I'll give it a go and stuff and see if I liked it. And I did that one game and I was like, this is really, really fun. How could you not like running around, like shooting people? And then I was thinking, oh my God, look at all the different array of outfits you can have as well. And all the different like platforms of guns and stuff. And I was like, oh, here we go. And yeah, so played ever since. So
That's cool. Yeah, that's usually how it starts out.
Yeah.
Once you get hooked, you start buying all this crap.
Oh God, I know.
Yeah, you're just obsessed with outfits as I am as well. So like because obviously it's great to go out and shoot each other, but like every time we're at a site at the same time, Sarah was like, so what are you wearing?
But like, what we wearing this Sunday?
What outfit are we wearing?
You got to match.
Have to have fun with, like, you know, you have to have like, it needs to be fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate it when people suck the life out of like hobbies and stuff and take it too seriously and stuff. Like, we'll go out there, we'll play like just as hard as any of the other guys. I don't care where I get hit. I'm not like a wuss about it or anything like that. And, you know, but we will have fun. Like, you know what I mean? We will go out and just have a good time, and we will take pictures, you know, with friends and what have you. And I think it's important to just play the game and have fun and not suck the life out of it by being like literally so serious and thinking that you're a full-on soldier the second you step on the we're playing
right.
But,
yeah, you can have fun with a hobby and not, you know, and you can still be competitive in a game and not be an asshole on the field, you know?
Definitely.
You can do both.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we're quite lucky that we haven't really ran into like many like assholes or anything at the places we've been to and what have you. There's obviously every site you go to, you have the people that don't call the hits and stuff. You just have to take it on a bit, or you've either thought you were hitting them and you were like maybe just a bit short or what have you. You just have to like brush it off. It doesn't really matter. Like, just enjoy the game and play the best you can, kind of thing. But yeah, we haven't ran into anyone who's been
No, luckily we haven't. I know that there are other like women across the UK that have had that sort of thing at their sites, but I think we've been really lucky. The sites that we tend to play at are really good in that respect. Which is great.
Yeah, we probably like, who are you? Why are you saying that? Shut up.
Right.
Give them a run for their money, they'll be like, oh shit.
Well, you guys are the veterans now. Like, you know, you got to give welcome the new people.
Yeah, 100%. There's like, especially like up here and stuff, I feel like there's more and more like girls getting into airsoft, which is great. Like, you go to, especially like Dirty Dog and stuff, there's been more and more new people, girls, boys, you know, people bringing their like family and stuff, which is great and stuff. Because the more the community grows, the better it is for everyone. Like, having more people at the site, the games will be better, and, you know, it's important that we keep it like thriving, I guess.
Right.
You know,
it's nice when there's more women.
Yeah, it's nice when there's more girls.
Yeah, for sure. Well, are you guys, speaking of that, are you guys going to play that event for, is it called UCAL? UK Airsoft Ladies?
Yeah, I think it's June the 5th at Halo Mill and stuff. There's like, we're trying to get as many like, well, it was I forget her name all the time, Gilly Sniper Girl.
GSG.
Yeah, she set it up, and she sort of messaged everyone, and there's like a big group of people coming down for it. So yeah, there should be a good lot of like women there and stuff, which will be nice to meet everyone that you talk to like on Instagram. Be like, it'll be nice to like play alongside them. You know,
yeah, because I think there's a few of them that are coming from further down south.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to kind of get everyone together, because I think there's like 30 plus women that are just going to show up on the day. And it's not even like a proper like event for that. It's just a normal game day. So there's going to be
just like a big meetup, really.
A big meetup with loads of women, and then all the other regular players that are going to be there. So it'll be really nice, because there's been like people that I spoke to like on and off for years, or we've followed them on Instagram, but they're actually going to be there. So it's actually just nice to meet people in person and, like Sarah said, run beside them.
Yeah. Nice.
I see a lot of the posts on that, you know, that GSG started, and then the you know, Vixen talked about it. I feel like it's gaining a lot of momentum. Like there's a lot more women joining that, you know, that get tagged in that on Instagram. And yeah, I feel like this might be the first one this year, but I think you guys are gonna start something that's gonna be pretty cool, like maybe a yearly event or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Like I had like this week actually, I've had like a couple of messages off like American girls saying that they wish that they like were able to come over for it and stuff. And I said, you know, there's always scope to do another one, you know, whether it's this year or next year. Like we could, you know, people can come from wherever and stuff. It would be awesome actually if like people from other countries and stuff came and stuff as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I think just over the obviously it's starting to get better obviously this year with the restrictions and things like that, but it's just difficult for people, especially like
travel still.
Traveling,
Right.
But it'd be nice to see what the next couple of years are like.
Yeah. And not just like for like women and stuff, like, you know, like guys or, you know, whoever wanted to come over and stuff. And, you know, it'd be nice to like meet everyone, I guess, because, you know, there's so many people that like message and talk to and stuff on Instagram, isn't it? That, you know, maybe don't even live in this country. So it'd be nice to just meet everyone.
Yeah.
Meet all people.
Yeah. Well, since I started talking to a bunch, you know, a handful of you guys and girls in the UK, I'm like, you know, I never thought about going to the UK until like the last month. And I'm like, you know, I want to go there and meet everybody that I've talked to and, you know, met on here and hang out for a day at Airsoft and, you know, make a video, take a bunch of pictures and hang out with you guys. And of course, you know, drink after and, you know, it'd be really cool to do that.
Yeah. Like an Airsoft Comic Con.
Yeah. Right.
It's a bit like, I mean, but to be honest, we have like the National Airsoft Festival, don't we? Like that's a big like meetup stuff that happens like down south every year. I think it was like not as great last year because there was still all the COVID stuff going on.
Yeah, the air was on fire.
Yeah,
I think this year it's on the end of August.
Yeah.
But I think there's usually thousands. I'm sure there's usually thousands that show up to that event from across the state. And I'm sure we've had a few people from over in the States that have actually come over for it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a massive.
That sounds cool.
They do have games on, but everyone says it's all about the social.
Yeah, like you can camp stuff. So you like camp out. There's loads of like stores have like, you know, their own little like setups and what have you. So you can buy, you know, clothes or whatever, and there'll be like a bar and stuff. So it's like you could play like Airsoft like a game for like most of the day, and then on the night you could have beers with your friends and stuff. So it's a cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's very fun.
Yeah, I think it's like the bottom of the country for us. I think it might be like maybe a 5-hour drive.
Okay.
To get there, but it's worth it. I'm saying it's worth it. I've never been myself. My partner's been, and the rest of our team's been over the years. But when they have went down, they've really enjoyed it. Like they said, it's great to play out and have a game day and stuff like that. But it's all about getting together and having that social time with everybody.
Right.
Catch up.
That's cool. So what's your guys' next big event you guys are looking forward to?
Probably like the June one, really, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. I want to try and, because like I'll be 40 this year, so I want to try and like do something like Airsoft related for that. Like maybe like, you know, I'll drag Kirsty and Nathan and like my other half. Like, I love how I would just like drag them into anything that I want to do. I'm like, we can do this.
All right.
But like, she'll be guilt tripped into it anyway because it's my birthday.
Oh yeah.
But we'll like maybe go to a site like sort of further down south and like, you know, stay over the night before and like we could like go for some drinks and food and stuff and then go to Airsoft on Sunday or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere we've never been before. That looks cool. I don't know yet though. There's a lot of good sites.
That's cool.
As well, because it'll be June, so it'll be summer.
Right. Yeah, get out of this winter weather.
I know, it sucks. It's awful.
Well, like I said, today was nice, but you know, last couple of weeks, it's kind of like we'll have one nice day and everything else is just rain and, you know, clouds and, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm more of a summer person. I like the heat. I like the sun, and you know, the rain and snow. Well, we don't usually get snow here, but the rain and the clouds needs to get on. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it. I think that's why I love like I've been to like Florida a few times, like on holiday,
okay.
and I just love there because you literally wake up in the morning, it's warm already, and it's like blue skies outside.
Right.
But how it should be every day. I hate the cold. I'm a summer person.
Yeah, I much prefer summer as well, but I think anything big about like the autumn, winter time is Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween's good.
But Halloween is like getting the coziness of that and doing the dress ups and having kids come over and all that kind of stuff. But then once it gets past Halloween and Christmas, it's just like I want to just do summer again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, did you guys grow up like right around where you're at?
Yeah, sort of. I grew up like sort of High Heaton, so more Newcastle end. So that's like about probably maybe like 30 minutes by car away from here.
Okay.
So I live in like Washington right now, which is 10 minutes from here. So I'm a little bit further away from where I was born and stuff, but still a Geordie, I guess. Even though I'm in Washington now.
Yeah.
And I'm still quite local, so where I grew up is about 10-minute drive away. So I haven't gone that far away from where.
Yeah. I'll be stealing my other half away from like Yorkshire though when he moves up here because he's from Yorkshire, but he's in the army right now. But when he comes out and stuff, he'll be up here, so he'll be a Yorkshire person in Washington. I think where I live there.
Yeah, right. Is Yorkshire kind of far from where you're at?
It's where Halo Mill is. So
okay, a couple hours.
Like an hour and a half, sort of maybe 2 hours from where he was from. Yeah, have to get him used to the Geordie way, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. So, what kind of hobbies did you have before you found airsoft?
Similar. We had similar hobbies, really, don't we? Like cosplay stuff. We used to like go like Comic Cons and like cosplay characters, like dress kind of stuff. I used to go to Comic Cons all the time. But then like I became a parent and kids and stuff like that, so I started like not really being able to go that often. But I'm definitely going to get back into that this year, though. I feel the urge to do some cosplay stuff this year. So not sure what yet, but and maybe I'll drag Kirsty into it as well. I'll be like, we're cosplaying.
The theme is going to drag Kirsty.
Like, what do you all can we do?
You know, this event that we're going to in June. No, sorry, the event we're going to in May, the Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, you're coming along anyway. And if you haven't booked it, I'm like, well, you are now. You come.
I know. I'm like that with a lot of things. So like, I'm like, we're going to go for a Toby Carvery on Sunday. So it's like a buffet, but it's like Sunday dinner, like a roast dinner. I don't know if you that kind of thing.
That's how I grew up. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this place called Toby Carvery, and it's amazing. It's unreal. So I was bored at work, and I just booked we're on it. I would message Kirsty going, "We're going for a Toby Carvery. It's 12:30 this Sunday." And she was like, "Oh right, okay." But yeah, I drag her into everything now. So
that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because you mentioned earlier, Poison, about making your own cosplay outfit or whatever. So I assume you guys are both kind of, you guys do that stuff.
So I've been to a few of them, but I haven't like got properly into it in terms of making outfits because I'm absolutely terrible, clearly, at doing that. So I've kind of just bought some pre-made stuff and went to a couple of local ones, and I've been to one down London before, so I did really enjoy it. So I was doing a little bit more pre-COVID, but I used to do a lot of like body painting, cosplay stuff as well.
Okay.
So I found that it was much easier for me to do that rather than buy loads of different outfits. So I used to do body painting. Some of them took about 5 hours to do and take photos and stuff, and used to post them on social media and things like that. But when I used to do them, I used to live in a flat and we didn't have a shower. So it used to be like an absolute nightmare. Like I'd be finished like 1 a.m. in the morning, tired. So I used to sometimes film them for YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And it'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'd have to get a bath to get them off. I'd be covered from like head to waist and paint.
Oh my gosh.
It's the worst to get off as well, like the body paint stuff, because I used to I still kind of am, but I was big into like WWE, and I love like Finn Balor and all these like sort of his like stage makeup they used to do when he was like the demon and stuff. So I've done that, a bunch of like his looks, and it's taken us like 3 hours to do it. And then you take like 5 pictures, and then you're like, I have to wash all this off now. 3 hours. That took like, for like 2 pictures that I'm going to put up somewhere just for someone to go cool.
Right.
And then you're like in the shower just creating an absolute like bloodbath of like black and red and white paint everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing now that I've now got a shower where I live. So if I do want to do it again, I can at least get it off properly.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier.
I think there's been some times where it's been the odd time where you spend hours on it and you just don't like it.
Yeah.
So you take the photos and stuff, and you're like, that's like 5 hours waste.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like,
that's a lot of work. Like I've seen some videos where the girls get the painted up before they go wherever kind of certain kind of event or whatever, and they spend so much time painting. Have you seen those ones where the guy does like electrical tape, the black tape, and wraps it around like their legs and their arms and stuff, and then like they paint all these designs on them. And I'm watching this, and a lot of those videos are like sped up, time lapse or whatever. And I'm like, holy cow, how long did this take, for this 5-minute show that they do? But, I guess that's like anything in life, preparation is the majority of what we do in life. It's when you're cooking, you spend all day. My mom's Italian, and she used to make homemade like pasta and spaghetti sauce, and her spaghetti sauce would take like 8 hours. Well, then we sit, and she'd make the whole thing, the salad, the bread, the meatballs, the spaghetti, and we sit down and eat. I have 2 sisters, so there's my dad, my mom, and us 3, and the dinner's done in like 20 minutes. She spent 8 hours making this stuff. It's kind of like construction. I work construction. It's the same thing. We do so much prep work to spray a house or on the inside, like paint and stuff like that, and the actual work of what we're doing really doesn't take that long. It's the prep stuff. It sounds like that's the same with this paint.
I think that's like a lot of things, isn't it? Like the prep work and things. I know I work as like a dental nurse, and for some treatments the amount of like equipment and everything that we have to get out, like especially if it's like a root filling or something like that kind of treatment, it's like a bench full of like equipment and stuff I need to get out for like the treatment, and then all the stuff the patient needs and things like that. And it'll take me like ages to set all that up, and then we'll do the treatment and it'll take like 10 minutes. And I'm like, forever to set all this stuff up. It's the same with implants and stuff. It's the setup is longer than the actual treatment on the patient, and then it's like, I've got to clean all this now. It's like, it takes forever. But, it is like you say, the prep.
Set up and then clean up, right?
Yeah.
Like doing what you're actually doing. My older sister, she works at a dentist as well.
Oh, does she?
Yes, same kind of stuff. She talks about the same thing, setting all that stuff up that takes forever, and then the dentist is done in like 5 minutes. She's like, I just spent an hour, like doing all
Yeah.
this crap,
Yeah.
you know,
Literally.
room to
Yeah.
room to room. Oh yeah.
This. Is she a nurse? A dental nurse?
Uh, Christ, she's gonna kill me for not knowing this. I don't know
You'll have
because,
to let me know if
well,
she.
listen, I grew up with both my sister. I'm close with them. As far as relationship, they live where I'm originally from, in a different state, which is about 9 hour drive from where we're at.
Yeah.
And we still talk and stuff like that. I don't really talk that much with. Now I'll talk to my mom. My mom's still up there, but my sisters, my wife talks to them. She's closer with them than I am, so I'll talk for like, "Hey, how's it going? Oh, how's the kids? Yeah, they're good. Okay, here, talk to my wife, talk to Jen." So I don't like talking on the phone, which is weird that I just like talking to people in person. And I already know everything about my sisters. So they're like, "Oh, I want to tell you about all this." I'm like, "Yeah, I already know." So anyway, we're close, but she'll tell me things and I'm like, "Wait, what? I don't remember you telling me that. I told you this 2 weeks ago." I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot." So I don't remember what she actually does there. I know she helps, she does all that stuff, but I don't
Yeah.
know what her title is.
Sounds like
I don't know.
sounds like what I do. She's probably like, I think you call it a dental assistant over there. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But
She
yeah.
talks about the same kind of thing you were just talking about, so I'm guessing it's pretty similar.
Yeah, it sounds it. But yeah. Hopefully I'll not do it forever.
Well, you don't like dealing with people? Come on.
Yeah, I love the sort of, dealing with patients and all that kind of thing. But I think it's just like every job, isn't it? Like you have moments where you just like, I hate this job. But I do eventually want to sort of be a primary school teacher. So I look at like making that move at some point.
Okay.
Like it's not the right time at the moment, just with like COVID and just how things are, and so eventually like I'll make that move and stuff. That would be cool.
Do you what kind of work do you do, Poison?
So I'm a UI UX designer. So I design like websites and apps.
Oh, well, shit, dude. You
cool.
need to help me with my website because I suck at doing that. Okay, for real. Oh.
Yeah, I was almost expecting you need to help me fix my PC because that's usually what you get. Anyone hears that you work in IT or technology, like, can you fix my PC for me? No,
Right.
I can't.
Yeah, step one, turn it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you only have to do is to turn it on and off. That'll fix the problem. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part I'm okay with. I used to build my own computers, back in the mid 90s, and have been okay with installing software, running that kind of stuff. It's the when I started running our website, for our YouTube channel and stuff, it just took me a long time, and I still don't like how it looks. So I'm always like, there'll be these times during the weekend where I get like super motivated. I got like all this energy. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do like 10 things. I'm gonna accomplish all these things, and one of them is the website. I'm gonna redesign, and I'm like, I get 2 things done. The other 8 just go out the fucking window. I'm like, oh well, they're gonna wait.
Oh, okay, Kirsty will help you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like when it's not something that you do every single day, having the time to do it. Also, like sit down and do it, but also learn how to do it as well. It's very time consuming. So
Yeah.
You can get pay somebody else or rope somebody else into doing it for you. Like, can you just help me out with this?
I'm like that with if I can get someone else to do it for it. I'll do that.
And I think
Right.
it can be quite, I don't know if it's the same over in the States, but it could be quite expensive to actually properly hire someone to do it as well.
Yeah.
And especially get someone to do like a really good job for you. It can be quite expensive unless you've got like friends and stuff. Like, if I buy you a drink, can you help me out with this?
Hey. I'm about to ask you now. Okay. What can I send you? Let's see. I got a bunch of extra guns. I'll ship them to you. You know. Yeah, because it is. You're right. It's pretty expensive to have a website built, and when I looked into that, I was like, well, I got time. I'll do it. And yeah.
Yeah.
Hours and hours and days later of studying and learning. Now, I don't code. I started to learn how to do that just maybe like one day of studying this stuff, and I was like, not doing that. So I looked at these different services, like Wix. So I use Wix, and it's really good. Like it's been really good. It has a step by step, but when you want to customize some things, I'm still really rusty with. I'm not good at it. And the other thing is, I'm not good at. I'm going to tell you what. I can't design things like have this image in my head of what I want it to look like. I don't know. So it's very difficult for me to do that. I don't think I have like artistic kind of mind. And being in the military, man, I'm like, okay, give me an order. What do you want me to do? I don't want to think about it. Just, yep, I'll do it, But with all this stuff with the website, I'm like, there's nobody, I don't know where to start, So just kind of throwing shit together. And
Yeah.
I think
yes.
so clear there.
And I'm dragging these boxes around that are like interactive things. And I'm like, what? I already had this one set over here. Why does this interfere with this? Like, I just can't figure out. Yeah, so I need help.
Oh, my inbox is open, so feel free.
Awesome. Well, yeah, don't be surprised if I text you in the next week or so and be like, okay, what should I do with this? So, but anyway, yeah, I actually had our Discord channel that we're using now. I didn't set that up either. I had one of our guys that follow us on our channel. I just delegated a bunch of stuff. I said, hey, do you know how to do this? And he was like, yeah. And I told him what I wanted to, accomplish with it. And he's like, yeah, man. And he had already set up like a bunch of Discord servers, for his friends and him. And so he goes in there and like 2 days later has this whole thing set up with all these different, and at any time I want to add another channel for like specific, category or whatever, I didn't know how to do it. I was just like, hey, Crash, can you add this? And he's like, yeah. I was like, hey, can you give permissions to this person? He's like, yeah. Like, I don't know really any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I know how to video call on here. I learned that for these podcasts, but I just had somebody else set it up.
Oh, yeah. That's what I would be able to do on Discord is like message someone or video call them. That would be as far as my knowledge went.
It's been a learning process, just like with airsoft. When you get, you have to learn about clothing and the uniforms not fitting right or where to get them, But yeah, it's been a process. It's been fun, I like it, but I definitely don't know half the shit I'm talking about. Like,
oh no. Yeah, like when I tell my friends, like when they ask stuff about airsoft, I just reel off a load of crap and like they're like, oh my god, amazing. I'm like, God, I'm glad you know nothing about airsoft because half of that was probably like made up. Basics and stuff like that. Like I feel like I would like to know like more of the like internal side of like fixing stuff with like if my like gun broke or whatever, like try to fix it and stuff. I would like to know that side. But I think right now I'm just more like trying to learn like sort of the basics and how to be like a better player and stuff and that kind of thing at the minute. But to know how to like dabble in like fixing, upgrading, all that kind of stuff.
It's quite good that you've got my other half.
Yeah, like
because whenever we've got any issues, because Sarah's got a tipman as well, so whenever there's issues, it's like, do you think can you fix it, please?
Yeah. And because I've got like I'm the most forgetful person as well. Like you can tell me like Kirsty must tell me like every like time we play how to fill up my like tank and stuff like that, and every time I'm like, shit, I've forgotten. You'll have to like talk me through it again.
Oh,
I just
that's
forget
funny.
like every time. Like I just can't retain. I just got too much in my brain. I just have too much to know that I can't fit anything else in.
Well, I have very little in my brain, and I forget shit all the time, and I think it's
Yeah,
this.
yeah, probably mixing beer and vodka. That'll do
I
it. But
mean, yeah, yeah. These guys are always like, I'm like, what's going on again? How does this? How do I fix that? They're like,
yeah,
bro, we showed you this last week. I'm like, oh, was I drinking when you showed me? They're like, oh, you're always drinking. I'm like, okay, I forget. Yeah,
oh, there is a lot to learn with airsoft though. Like with everything, isn't there? Like there's a
sure.
lot to remember and a lot to learn and things. But yeah,
I think it's the that's part of the fun though. Like when you get to the
yeah,
field, you're brand new. The big thing that really helps with new people learning is like we were talking earlier. The community is
yeah.
how welcoming they are, and most of the time I mean, there's legit good people in
Oh,
airsoft. I
yeah,
don't
right.
know how that happened, but there's some really good people. Like the majority of people in airsoft are really just good, likable people that love other people.
On the help.
Yeah,
Yeah, and everyone wants to like help, and they all want to like you always want to show off like your gun and like help someone
right.
with it and what have you. Like especially at like Dirty Dog and stuff. There's always people like oh, I love that. Like I was thinking about getting that model. Can I have a go? Yeah, here you can test it on the range and stuff like that. There's a lot of that. I think the sites we've been to and stuff, which is super nice because you don't want to just spend hundreds of pounds on like
Mm-mm.
a gun and not know that you're gonna like playing with it. So I tried Nathan's Titman dinner that day, and I was like, that same day, I was like, oh my god, I need to buy this, I need to have this. And I went and financed it that night. I was like, it's this one, isn't it? And then I went and got one. But if I hadn't tried his and tried an
Right.
HP gun and stuff, then yeah, I would have hated to spend like £400 or however much it was and hate it. So it was good
Yeah,
that
for
I
sure.
tried first and I loved it and what have you. But
Yeah, it's really good the site that we go to as well because they've got like a separate range as well. So like
Oh,
if you're a little bit kind of uncomfortable, let someone just run off with it, especially someone that you don't know. You
yeah,
want to give them the opportunity to like test it out. There's literally a range there that you can just go on with them
oh
and they can
wow.
have a play at it,
yeah,
which is
Oh,
really
that's
good.
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Was like targets and stuff. You could just
Yeah,
go ahead and set up and
change
shoot.
the targets. Yeah, as
Yeah.
well. I have to like chrono and stuff in there as well. But like
Right.
there's like different sort of targets at different ranges for you to like shoot at and what have you. So
Okay.
yeah, it's good like to be able to do that.
Awesome.
I always find it people end up loving the gun more when you just give them the option for full auto. So just put it on full auto.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
no, we're like hell yeah, I want this now.
It was like you with the tip, and I was like, put it on full auto. I'm sure you love it.
I was like,
Like,
oh,
yes,
Oh, full auto is the best. Yeah.
yeah, especially on that Titman gun.
Yeah, because the Titmans have got like a bit of a kickback as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Yeah.
nice.
It's a nice.
Is that a
gun.
gas blowback?
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like it just
Or
it
does it use a battery?
No,
no,
it's HBA bottle and
Oh.
line.
Yeah, yeah. But
yeah,
the bolt actually moves when you shoot.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's awesome.
yeah. It's such
Yeah,
a
those
light
are cool.
gun as well. It's so light to use as
Right.
well. It just when you use one and it just feels nice to use and you're like,
Yep.
this was mint. That is that gun for me. But I love my
Yeah.
spec stuff as well. But like the Titman is just like feels like really fun to use.
Yeah, there's like a guy that plays at Dirty Dog, and he has 2 miniguns attached together.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So sometimes our site that we go to regularly, they'll do a full auto games in the village. It's like outside like CQB village.
Yeah.
And he'll go in with that. He can't hold it for very long because it's really heavy, 2 miniguns. But he'll go in there and just blast everybody.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Fun.
It looks
I
like
just
so fun, but it's got
Yeah.
some weight to it.
I
Yeah.
gotta see that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Richie.
Ross.
Oh, Ross, yeah.
Yeah, Richie
Richie
has
is-
borrowed it, yeah.
Richie, the guy like from like Dirty Dog, like the he dressed up one time. He had like this scary costume on and stuff, and he was one of the games was he was like running around, wasn't he? With
Yeah,
like,
it was fun.
he was like this like evil. Remember when he was that evil thing, like with the red suit and the black mask? And,
I'm sure it was like Santa suit.
yeah, it was like some sort of horrible Santa thing. And he was like sort of walking around with his minigun, just like shooting everyone. Just
Oh my gosh!
just annihilating everyone in the village.
So at the time, the village was like single shot only because that's what it generally is.
Yeah.
But he could go around and literally just light people up, and he wouldn't die. So he literally, if anyone heard him coming, you'd hear people shouting in the
I was
cabins.
like screaming, running away from him every time he came near. I was like,
yeah, so people would be like shouting in cabins, like saying like Richie's coming, and everybody just darting down the stairs to get out.
Oh my god!
Yeah, everyone
That makes it fun though.
Yeah,
yeah, that makes it fun. That is cool. I gotta see that. Yeah, I haven't seen because I follow Dirty Dog, their Instagram page, and I follow a bunch of you guys that play there. But I haven't seen the double minigun. I would love to see that.
Yeah, there'll be a video somewhere of we'll hunt it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should be, because there's a Facebook group for the Dirty Dog as well. That's where they post all the pictures.
Okay.
So there'll be a picture on there. So we'll see if we can pull it out and send it over to you and take a look.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always fun games there for sure. But you'll have to try it over.
Yeah, I definitely got to see something like that. We haven't had. That's one thing we haven't had. We have a couple of grenade launchers. We have not gotten a minigun yet. To try out, and we've gotten a rocket launcher. The old style kind of mock rocket launcher, the RPG. We got one of those from an Airsoft GI mystery box, and this thing was badass. It was real heavy, metal, real wood, but it shot a little. The grenade didn't come out; it just shot like a 40 mic. It's a gas-filled grenade that has like a bunch of BBs in it that you fill up, kind of like your pistol mag, and then when you shoot it, all the BBs come out at the end. But so it doesn't actually shoot the grenade, but it's still cool to look at, and carry around. But we've never tried a minigun, but that is definitely on my list of things I want to try out.
Yeah, that's your 2022 goal, to try one out.
Definitely, we got it. So what are your girls' plans later tonight?
Not sure. I've got work tomorrow, unfortunately, so
what?
It won't be a wild one for me tonight, that's for sure.
On a Saturday?
Yeah, I work every Saturday. I work Wednesday to Saturday. Those are my 4 days. Just because I'm better with like my little boy and stuff. So
right.
Fortunately, like I work a Saturday, which sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks.
We've got the guys downstairs at the minute playing Warhammer, so it depends on.
Yeah, but yeah. I'd be like, come on, got work,
gotta go to bed.
Let's go.
Well, listen, it's been really, really nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
I'm glad we were able to work it out.
Yeah.
It's great, and thanks so much for having us on.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Of course. Yeah, and we'll do it again in the next few months, especially after the UCAL event.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have a catch up about what went down and any gossip and what have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be like loads of posts all over social media as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well,
Well,
thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here. Cheers. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.